don't think anybody had this matchup on their bingo card heading into the season. Tonight, we will have the Blazers and Suns squaring off with the 7th seed on the line. Devin Booker is at his best when the lights are brightest. He's in the top 10 all-time in playoff scoring. Denny, do you think he'll let loose again tonight?
I absolutely do. I mean, he's a bucket getter. He's a killer, especially in the playoffs. He's definitely proven himself in the past when they had that finals run. He's going to show up tonight. He's not the guy I'm worried about. It's the other guys. If they have Dylan Brooks show up, Jalen Green, Colin Gillespie, they should be fine because I like the Phoenix Suns in this matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers.
Well, the Blazers have a chance to make the playoffs for the first time since 2021, something that seemed in doubt when their head coach was arrested by the FBI opening week. Tim, what's the biggest reason Portland is here?
I mean, we're watching Denny Avdia. This guy has been one of the breakout stars of the season, averaging 24, basically 7 and 7. The only other players in the league to put up those kind of numbers across the board, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, pretty good company. Toumani Camara, the Suns attached him to DeAndre Ayton. He's been huge for the Blazers as well.
All right, Perkstradamus, time to put you on the spot. Who's punching their playoff ticket tonight, the Suns or the Blazers?
I got to roll with the Suns. Look, D-Book is going to do his thing, but Dylan Brooks, I can see him bringing that intensity, that tenacity, and junking up the game. The Suns are playing at home. They should have, they're going to be the favorite. Royce O'Neal, they got the role players. They're going to come out fired up. They're going to advance and be playing San Antonio in the first round.
The winner of tonight's game gets the right to play Wemby and the Spurs in round 1 of the playoffs in the 2-7 matchup starting on Sunday. San Antonio went 2-2 against the Suns and 2-1 against the Blazers this season. So there haven't been many playoff debuts that have had as much anticipation as Victor Wembanyama. So let's take a look back at some notable first postseason games by #1 pick, starting with 94 Shaq dominating the Pacers with 24 points, 19 boards to go with 5 blocks.
Shaq too.
In 1998, Tim Duncan burst onto the playoff scene with 32 points, 10 rebounds to steal Game 1 in Phoenix. The Spurs would go on to win that series. Why is the video blurry? Now I feel old.
Definition.
LeBron made a splash by becoming the 3rd player at the time with a triple-double in his playoff debut. James went 32, 11, and 11 to beat the Wizards. And Derrick Rose accounted for 36 points and 11 assists to lead the Bulls to an overtime win.
Hey, there he is.
Rose scored 11 in the 4th to send that game to OT. Still stings. I get it, Perk, my bad. So we've had some loud playoff debuts from #1 overall picks. Perk, what are you expecting from Victor on the game's biggest stage?
Greatness. That's what I'm expecting, greatness. I mean, look, he has answered all the questions, right? And he has lived up to expectations. But most importantly, it's his mindset for me. It's his mentality. It's his leadership. He's one of the best young leaders in the game, and he wants this moment, and he's ready for this moment. Yeah. What we've seen, Tim, DG, throughout the course of this season is growth. Remember early in the season, he was trying to show us he had a Jamal Crawford bag. He was shooting a lot of threes. And then all of a sudden, he became dominant. He started having that balance of inside-out presence, using Stephon Castle and guys more in the pick and roll and just saying, I'm 7'7". Let me just dunk everything, right? And when you think about it, there's no game plan for him. He's like Jokic. He's coming off of pin downs and all type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree more. He's a star, and I expect him to play like it. I mean, he's been having Tim Duncan-type numbers or outdoing Tim Duncan and David Robinson. The lights are bright. This is where the stars show up. He is going to show up and show out because of his mindset. And, you know, we see the Giannis clip every time, and it kind of gives me chills. Like, you know, talent is great, but talent doesn't make you great. Right. You know, it's about your approach, your obsession. And he's one of those guys that is obsessed with the game, his competitiveness, his nature, his mindset. He's going to go out and just play free, and he's going to have a 32-10 type of night.
And this is not a dude who is scared of spotlight. He seeks the spotlight. He loves the stage. He realizes he has the potential to be one of, if not the best player ever to play this game, and he's determined to squeeze every bit out of that potential. And look, he's played on huge stages before. This guy played in the Paris Olympics as the centerpiece of the French national team. He balled against Team USA in the gold medal game under those circumstances. The Thunder were 25-1 coming into the NBA Cup semifinals. Then they ran into this guy who put on a show. He loves the bright lights. This dude's going to ball in the playoffs.
When you look at the potential matchup here, the Suns or Blazers, is there one team, Perk, that could give Wemby more trouble than the other?
Well, Tim, the Suns.
You don't want Dylan the villain to find that rib, that tender little rib.
But you know what? I would actually love to see that because we know with Dylan, he loves poking the bear, and I would love to see him piss Wemby off, right? Wemby is already mean, but let's like to piss him off to another level. But you just want to see great competition. Right? You want to see the stars go at it. I want to see Devin Booker back into the postseason again. I want to see him matched up with a Stephon Castle because, again, although Wemby, and we should be highlighting him, there's a lot of other stars that could go off as well, like a De'Aaron Fox who went toe-to-toe with a Steph Curry in the 7-game series when he was in Sacramento.
There's a reason why they were 2-2 against Phoenix, and the point differential was a lot different because they have a lot of bodies like Iguodala, Ryan Dunn, Royce O'Neal, Dylan Brooks. They can throw many different guys at Wemby and company to make this a physical matchup.
Yeah, they might have to tag team him a little wrestle match.
Good luck.
2-1. What decides this one?
I think that I like Phoenix coming out of this, and I say that because they are heading into a playoff form. And though this is a play-in tournament, in playoff form, you have a Devin Booker, and that's somebody that, when in the playoffs, can always go off for about 40 and higher numbers up after that. Devin Booker understands what's at stake getting into this seed. I don't know what getting to this spot actually does because facing the San Antonio Spurs has to be a nightmare.
Exactly.
But I do like them in this matchup just because they have guards that can match up and they can defend as well as score the ball at a high clip. I think the Trailblazers will deal with them better if they were in a full series, but this being a play-in situation, I just like my chances with the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Book only played in one of those meetings. He had 19.6 of 13 shooting, and the Suns did win that one. So, as you mentioned, yay, you get to play Wemby and the Spurs. Which team, though, do you think matches up better with the Spurs? Would it be Phoenix or Portland in a matchup sense?
I think that it's going to be Phoenix again, and that's why I like them coming out of this. Phoenix has the ability to match up with the Spurs and compete with their backcourt for long enough to get it to the end of games. We talk about the knock on Wemby being that he doesn't finish all the games. He doesn't play the high minutes, and getting him into those situations in playoffs where he has to play high minutes and he has to play multiple games within the week that you can't sit out of, you can't rest, and you can't run from the contact. You're going to have to ice in between days. I think that if you can have your guards compete with the San Antonio Spurs guards and get it to the end of those games, I think you could finally make it tough on Wemby. But until then, it is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, I love that strategy that you just laid out, which seems to be kind of, you know, hope for the best.
It's just a hope for the best type of thing, because I'm telling you right now, they start off with De'Aaron Fox at the hound of that thing, and you put 3 holes in his back, he is a bowling ball. I'm telling you, it's downhill. It's gone.
I love it. Iman, great.